Good evening. Time to be seated. My daughter didn't like that I did. Wendy, darling. Shh. Good evening. Welcome to One Huge Night, Gift of Life's annual gala. Those of you who know me know that I'm not usually scripted. Tonight I'm scripted, so I won't mess up like I usually do. That was my wife telling me, you need to have a script. So there it goes. This is our 18th year, celebrating the gift of life success and honoring our heroes, donors, and courageous recipients with you, our supporters. And be assured that every one of you are thanked, blessed, and appreciated. As always, we are live streaming tonight's program. I'm not sure why we're telling you that. You're here. But it's in the script, so I'm sorry, honey. I don't mean to divert. If you have friends or family at home, feel free to call them now and send them the following link: www.got.org/watchgala. You got that? Nobody's writing, but okay. We call this event our huge night because we need you to help us. Help us get everyone swabbed, involved, and isn't that what it's all about? I'm a prime example of somebody who's experienced the gift of life, with my wife Wendy being a donor recipient, and soon to celebrate seven gifted years as a result of it. No, 7 years since you were diagnosed. I know it's 5 years since the transplant. Even up here, I'm corrected. 30 years of that. What do you think of that? Bringing help and hope to children and adults battling blood cancer. Well, tonight you will experience, and I mean experience, the finished product as you bear witness to the incredible moment when two heroes, gift of life donors, meet their transplant recipients. I can assure you, if you haven't experienced that yet, it's a once-in-a-lifetime miracle that you will actually see. And by the way, the celebration is not confined to this ballroom. Last night, in the honor of the gift of life, 230 Park Avenue was lit orange. Tonight, hopefully when you leave, if you haven't seen it already, the Empire State Building is lit orange. And as will the East River Plaza, and I'm in real estate and don't know where that is, and the Renaissance Plaza. And I have seen that, so they're all orange, including my tie. And if we didn't have enough reason to celebrate, one of our honorees, Dr. Miriam Adelson, is having a birthday today. And thank you for spending it with us. Very, very, very much appreciated. And now, to get this night underway, please welcome Gift of Life's CEO, I will add this myself, a donor recipient several decades ago, and so a living example of the work that this does, and actually the founder of Gift of Life, Jay Feinberg.
Thank you, Steve. It's really a pleasure to have you as our Master of Ceremonies tonight. Wait, Steve, don't walk away there. Steve, I have some good news for you. I arranged a gig for you at the Mermelstein Bar Mitzvah next weekend, just so that you're all set. I'll make sure that you're available, okay? Now, all right, good. So thank you, Steve. And, you know, together, you and Wendy have been a real power couple. You've paid it forward by raising, now get this, over $4 million and giving tremendous amount towards swabbing donors and saving lives, and we thank you for your passion and dedication to the cause. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to celebrate our 18th annual gala with you tonight. We're incredibly fortunate to have last year's honoree, Shari Redstone, with us tonight as we present our Partners for Life Award to this year's honorees, Dr. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson, whose names are synonymous with philanthropy. It really has been a stellar 3 years as we presented our highest honor to Wendy Siegel. If you don't know, that's Wendy has a husband by the name of Steve. That's the way he goes by. All right, Shari Redstone and now Miriam and Sheldon Adelson. We are truly blessed and grateful to each of you for your friendship, your kindness, and your passion. Thank you all. For those of you who are new to our gala, and I think there are some whose first time is tonight, Gift of Life is all about making genetic matches for patients battling blood cancer. And that means swabbing the cheeks of young, healthy people willing to save the life of a total stranger, someone they don't know and may never had the opportunity to meet. We would be nothing without our recruitment partners, the people who run the donor drives for us to do those cheek swabs. And this evening, you'll hear more about one of our most successful, Taglit Birthright Israel. Birthright gives young Jewish adults the opportunity to visit Israel on an incredible 10-day educational journey, where they're also given the opportunity to join Gift of Life's registry with a cheek swab. The partnership actually began back in 2004 when Charles Bronfman came up with the idea. And what it's enabled us to do is help overcome the devastating effects of the Holocaust, which severed bloodlines, while at the same time sharing values of social justice and tikkun olam with those extraordinarily young adults who have such capacity to do good and help make this world a better place. And I'm pleased to report that the initiative has been so successful that last week we opened our very first office based in Jerusalem to further support growing this initiative. What's more, since we've open sourced our recruitment model, which has been so successful in the Jewish community, other initiatives are emerging now, with others helping many underserved communities in need. It comes as no surprise, however, that there is a revolution happening in cancer treatment today. All you have to do is look at the evening news or read the newspapers and you'll hear about it. Innovations are taking place at lightning speed, and many of these new therapies involve harnessing the power of the body's immune system to battle disease. You see, immune-based therapy is actually rooted in marrow transplantation. We have a couple of transplant physicians here in the audience, and certainly Dr. Miri knows this. But for everybody else, it's important to know that because the cells from the donor transferred to the patient via the transplant play an important role in destroying cancer cells that evaded the chemo and radiation given before the transplant, and that's extremely important. Our understanding of this powerful anti-tumor effect has fueled many of the exciting advances we hear about in the news today. And on the donor side, Gift of Life is also actively raising the bar in this field. We have always been innovators, and we continue to do things differently because we've learned that necessity has always been the mother of invention. We're refining the matching process using full gene sequencing made available by our incredible laboratories diversifying recruitment to align with changes in population genetics, and enrolling donors through the use of paperless digital mobile registration for the first time in the history of donor drives to increase retention and to protect privacy, which is so incredibly important. But ladies and gentlemen, that's just the beginning. Tonight, I am thrilled to announce plans for Gift of Life to establish a state-of-the-art, first ever registry integrated stem cell collection center at our new headquarters in South Florida, and a biobank of frozen cells available off the shelf to patients at a moment's notice, helping so many more people out there as time goes on. At the same time, we're working to leverage our infrastructure to advance cutting-edge biotherapies with our transplant partners and registry partners and commercial industry. And that's where our incredible donors, people like our birthright donors, play an essential role. We're doing things differently. It's time to do things differently, and with a singular goal to have a transformative impact that will save even more lives than ever before. This gala provides the financial resources we need to make all of these exciting initiatives possible, and could, quite frankly, be a game changer as we serve to motivate many other registries around the world just like us to do the same. Not only is tonight our 18th annual gala, which, as many of you know, means chai in Hebrew, or life, which is perfect for this event, but we also have a goal to raise chai, or $18 million, to double the size of our registry through an expansion campaign by 300,000 additional people. That's absolutely incredible. And $4 million more for the other exciting initiatives that I just mentioned. But we can't do it without you. So tonight I ask you to give generously to our expansion campaign, and together we will take a leadership role in saving lives. Now, before I conclude, I'd like to recognize a very special person here in the audience, a man who flew to Belarus 24 years ago today to find a matching bone marrow donor for me when I needed one, Gift of Life's chairman, Bill Beagle. Bill, thank you for helping so many and for helping to save my life. And thank you all so much for being here tonight, joining us, and enjoy this very special evening ahead. It's an evening not to be missed. Thank you all so much.
Can you think of a better example of Gift of Life and what it does, or a better person to deliver the message than Jay? And I charge for bar mitzvahs, Jay. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Neely Falick, one of tonight's gala chairs. In the business world, Neely and her family can be found at the helm of Duty Free America, the preeminent duty-free retailer in the Western Hemisphere. But to understand Neely is to know how she is seventh-generation Israeli, whose family was among the founders of the modern state of Israel. Today, Neely proudly continues that heritage, serving as chairman emeritus of the Friends of the Israeli Defense Forces. An amazing organization. For those of you who don't know it, I suggest you look into it. Neely is a former educator and co-author of the book, 10 Lessons in the Teaching of Jerusalem. She is a passionate supporter of Jewish education, Zionist organizations, the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, Nicholas Children's Hospital, and many other good causes. Please welcome Dr. Neely Falick.
Thank you. When the Lord created the world, He also created angels. Some he kept in heaven, and some he scattered upon the earth. It is my great privilege and pleasure to pay tributes to such two angels of our own who are bestowing the gift of life to so many. My dear friends, whom I love and admire, tonight's recipients of the 18th Annual Partners of Life Award, the distinguished honorees, Dr. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson. It is written in the Judaic Babylonian Talmud, whoever saves a single life is considered as if he saved the entire world. You, Dr. Miriam and Sheldon, have saved numerous lives from all walks of life. Your exemplary leadership and outstanding, lifelong, heartwarming, admirable generosity and philanthropy to countless causes, such as medicine, the gift of life, Marrow Registry, education, technology, IAC, and the State of Israel and its defenders, the IDF. These and so many others are unparalleled and indeed legendary. You make an immeasurable difference in the lives of so many. When the history of our era will be written, you will be sure granted an illustrious chapter as the beacons of shining light upon our generation. Tonight is a double festivity, celebrating the remarkable miracles of the gift of life, as well as the celebration of your birthday, my dear Miri. I join all the well-wishers and the gift of life reborn celebrants in wishing you a happy birthday and many happy and healthy returns of blessed years together with Sheldon. Mazal Tov, Miri. And now, I'd like to introduce you to a very special little boy whose life you saved. Please turn your attention to the screens.
Little did we know that I am a carrier of a life-threatening genetic disorder called hyper-IgM syndrome. So hyper-IgM is 1 in a million. And when we had our first child together, we found out that he actually had the disease. When he was 8 months old, he started breathing very quickly.
His immune system is not working properly, and he's not able to produce antibodies to fight off bacteria or viruses.
The average expected lifespan is about 24 years old. It was devastating. I mean, it crushed our world. There's a period of mourning that you go through when you find out your child has a terminal illness.
So the only known cure for hyper-IgM is a bone marrow transplant. We started basically searching for a donor and for a center to cure hyper-IgM.
The fact that there's a foundation out there that is finding people who are willing to volunteer to give blood or bone marrow, it's just incredible the work that they're doing. And when we went out to Seattle in 2016, Idan was just on the cusp of turning 4. When you're a new mom, you have all of these hopes and dreams for your child. And those were crushed for so many years. To be at a point where we can have hopes and dreams. It's such an amazing, incredible feeling to know that your child is better, and after everything that he's been through, that he's okay. This foundation is doing critical work. Without Gift of Life, I don't know what my child's future would be.
Without Gift of Life, we would have never found a match, and we would have never cured our son. In Judaism, if you save a life, you save the world. Gift of Life is doing that every day.
When people come to a bone marrow transplant, they are in the most desperate of situations, and Gift of Life gives those people hope. Supporting this organization is very important.
Gift of Life saves a lot of people. Thank you for saving my life.
It's weird, this donor has become an extension of our family, and we haven't met them yet, and it's going to be quite an emotional experience, and we can't wait to say thank you in person and to look him in the eye and say, you saved our son's life. You gave us hope.
Let's welcome Idan Zablok and his parents, Akiva and Amanda, to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Idan is here with us tonight because a complete stranger was willing to help. Idan, I'm sure you'd like to know more about this stranger who saved your life. Your donor is 22 years old, and this past spring, he graduated from University of Michigan Ross School of Business. Yeah. He lives here in New York, working as a private banking analyst at JP Morgan. He joined the Gift of Life Registry while he was in Israel on a birthright trip. He didn't know it at the time, but his donor was generously sponsored. The swab was generally sponsored by the Adelson Family Foundation. When he heard he was a match for a little boy, he was overcome with joy and happiness that he could save someone else's life. Yet he was a little nervous, because he knew that he has a child's life in his hands. But nevertheless, he couldn't turn down the amazing opportunity to save a life. I know it is really excited, and I know Idan, that he is really excited to meet you and get to know you and your family. So let's bring him out. Idan, it's my pleasure to introduce to you your life-saving hero. Please meet Alex Weiss.
So I do have a little speech. So the summer of 2015 was truly life-changing for me. I finished my freshman year at the University of Michigan and traveled to Israel on birthright. As a birthright participant, I was encouraged to get my cheek swabbed in hopes of saving a life. Who would have thought that my DNA would have been the match for this little, amazing boy, and how easy it would have been to save his life. After my birthright trip, I never gave much thought into the little cheek swab that I did until 9 months later when I got the call that I was a match for a young boy with leukemia. With the help of the wonderful Gift of Life staff, I was guided through an easy and well-explained process. Donating my cells just took a few hours, but my life literally changed forever. The process has helped me realize how precious life is and how incredibly important it is to do mitzvot for others. This past summer, I brought the experience full circle when I was chosen to lead a University of Michigan birthright trip. When the time came for my group to learn about birthright and the gift of life, I explained the story to them. There was no convincing needed. All 47 people on my bus got tested. And there were 4 other buses, they also got tested too, and they all did it. In that moment, I realized how impactful the partnership is between birthright and the gift of life. I would like to give a special thanks to our honorees, Miriam and Sheldon Adelson. Thanks to their generosity, dedication, and unwavering support of the organization, countless lives have been saved. And of course, a very special birthday shout out to Miriam Adelson herself. I am so excited to meet my recipient, Idan. I don't even know what to say. It warms my heart to be able to be here today with all of you and to be here with him and his family. There is no greater gift for me than to see you healthy, thriving, and playing with your friends. To my new little buddy, we will always be connected through DNA, and you will always be connected to me through my heart. Thank you everyone for honoring me tonight, and thank you again to the Adelsons, and thank you to the Gift of Life for making this day possible. There truly is no greater gift than the gift of life. Thank you, everyone.
We just wanted to say, and this will be brief, first of all, as a postscript to that video, 5 months ago we had a baby girl, so Idan is now a big brother. something that we didn't imagine when he first was diagnosed with a severe immune deficiency. So we thank the donor and all the donors and everyone in this room and Gift of Life for saving lives and changing the course of our history and so many others. So thank you.
Thank you, Idan and Alex, and thank you, Neely. That was simply amazing. Those of you who didn't notice, there are tissues on your table, and there's a reason for them. Now I'd like to say a few words about our next speaker, Shari Redstone, who maybe does not need to have an introduction. Vice Chairman of CBS and Viacom, 2016, Shari launched an online matching gift challenge called One Huge Day, which raised over $170,000 in 24 hours. Her passion and innovation are now the inspiration behind a new campaign that will launch this December. Thanks to her $250,000 gift, Hanukkah will now be synonymous with giving the gift of life. As our honoree of last year's gala, Shari helped raise over $2 million, and her continued support of the gift of life is inspiring. She's here tonight to present the Partners for Life Award to this evening's honorees. Please welcome Shari Redstone.
Well, I think before I say anything, I better say happy birthday. Because if it weren't your birthday today, none of us would be here celebrating the event the way that we are this evening. So, happy birthday. Thank you, Steve, and thank you to everyone here this evening for allowing me to say a few words about the Partners for Life Award, Gift of Life's highest honor. Last year, I spoke about how even the smallest of actions can have monumental effects. Specifically, I noted how something as small as the flutter of a butterfly's wings could start a chain reaction that creates a typhoon halfway around the world. It's an important reminder of the impact that each of us can have and how one act of kindness can change a life, save a life, and even have a ripple effect that can't even begin to anticipate. We can't even begin to anticipate when we start that journey. I raise that thought again tonight because it perfectly captures the spirit of the Partners for Life Award and the life-saving contributions of tonight's honorees. 10 years ago, Dr. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson made a decision, and that decision has had an impact of tremendous proportions. As many of you know, the Adelsons are two of the strongest supporters not only of Birthright, but so many other charities that benefit Jewish people. After learning of Birthright's partnership with Gift of Life, Miriam and Sheldon decided to set a goal. Not only would they connect young people with their Jewish heritage, but they would also ask each participant to have a cheek swab and to join the Bone Marrow Registry. Tonight, we celebrate Dr. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson for their support in adding Birthright donors to this registry. Indeed, many, many lives have been saved as a result of that decision and as a result of your support for Gift of Life. Please watch.
I'm a physician, so every day in the ER, I'm saving life. It's a great feeling. So why won't you, and the other people that didn't study so many years in medicine, and just with a swab can save life?
The Bible says that he who saves one life, it's as if he saves the entire world. How much more noble an act can somebody do? When they go on birthright, they come back to the hotel and somebody from Gift of Life is telling them why they would like them to swab. Everybody that I've talked to said, of course I'd like to do it. You get to save a life. Birthright is the one organization that has tens of thousands of participants during the course of a year, and if they swab even half of them, there's a wonderful chance they can find a match. I just experienced this recently, and I've got more understanding of the people that are donors and more understanding of the people that are the recipients. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Science is advancing. It's amazing what we achieved in this year, and it's amazing what we are going through and will achieve. We have also our foundation for research, that a lot of great scientists. But this is amazing. Young boys and girls going to Israel and asked to give swabs that maybe we will need you one day, and this one day is coming.
The Adelson's contribution to Gift of Life and Birthright is creating a network of people that are willing to take the step up to save someone's life.
Without Gift of Life and Birthright, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to impact someone's life so greatly.
I want my child to know that she has a mommy today because of what this organization does. And I want other parents to know that it takes so little to impact so many.
I don't have enough gratefulness in my soul to tell you what a gift you did. Thank you, Sheldon and Miriam.
Without Gift of Life, a lot of people, maybe these people wouldn't be alive by now.
A matchup of Birthright and Gift of Life is as ideal as you can get.
It's a nice way to celebrate my birthday.
People want to give her a gift, they can give money to Gift of Life. I've done a lot of things in my life. I've been in business for 73 years, but I cannot find something that's more important than saving a life.
Miriam and Sheldon, you are an inspiration to all of us. Thanks to your compassion and generosity, blood cancer patients around the world know what it is to have a second chance at life. It is my sincere pleasure and honor to present both of you this evening with this year's Partner for Life Award. Please come on up.
Well, thank you for putting napkins on the table. I've already used two. Thank you, my family, my friends. You are all very kind to me and to my husband, Sheldon. When I was a schoolgirl in Israel, Haifa, I learned an important line from the Talmud. And this line, I'm sure, would be repeated and repeated. It transferred me. כל המקיים נפש אחת, מעלים עליו כאילו קיים עולם מלא. Whoever saves a single life is deemed to have saved the whole world. Our ancient rabbis taught that not only are we all descended from Adam, we are all like Adam, in that we all have the potential to produce an entire human race. That lesson put me on the path to becoming a doctor. I wanted to save lives, and I did so in emergency rooms, in military research labs, in addiction clinics. In each of many, many people I have treated or protected, I see a whole world preserved and perpetuated. Their parents and siblings and friends, the future children and grandchildren, their entire community. It is an amazing feeling to save life. We were all standing in the ER resuscitating patient after patient, and whenever we had a break, we kind of, this generation, we are doing like this, we saved another life. The feeling is amazing. We felt euphoria, and another life we saved. Big mitzvah. A medical career is not for everybody, of course. Luckily, we have a great alternative, an excellent and an easy way of getting that euphoric feeling of, I have just saved life. That way is gift of life. Sheldon and I have observed this firsthand at the Birthright Israel, whose participants are encouraged to sign up as gift of life donors. Tens of thousands of them have answered the call, making Birthright student a major contingent within total gift of life registry of 300,000 potential donors. More than 3,000 life-saving transplants of bone marrow or stem cells have been performed by Gift of Life to date. Of these 2014 have become from Birthright volunteers. Think of it. Think of this number. So many people kept alive. So many families spared the heartbreak of losing their loved ones. And all because those spirited young Jews making the first trip to Israel took a few seconds to provide a cheek swab. Sheldon and I are especially proud of the fact that 30 life-saving donors were directly from the Adelson Family Donor Cycle. As a matter of fact, if I would have read this a few days ago, it would be 29. But two days ago, I got a message that just this week, that our most recent transplant, number 30, recipient is a 47-year-old man who has been battling myelodysplastic disorder, which is kind of cancer in the bone. There is something profoundly unique about this kind of contribution, something very different even from my experience as a doctor. The donor gives part of him or herself, literally his or her lifeblood, which becomes a part of the patient receiving the donation. They are like two people, often two complete strangers, are brought together and forever. This is a miracle, friends, and it is a miracle that begs to be expanded to the benefit of as many people as possible. We hope to double the size of the Gift of Life donor registry. This would allow for 2,400 more lives to be saved. Let me repeat, 2,400 lives. But miracles do not come cheap. Some swab the cheeks. You need to sign checks. Nice. I like it. So please, give to Gift of Life and give generously. If you like, consider it the birthday gift that you are giving me. Nothing would make me happier. A birthday is a celebration of another year of life. Gift of Life literally makes it possible for people to celebrate their birthdays years after year after year. At happy events like birthday parties or just over drinks with family and friends, we Jews like to toast each other with l'chaim. In Hebrew, that means to life. But how often do we really, really mean it? By supporting Gift of Life, you will prove to yourself and the world that you really mean it. Thank you and good night, and l'chaim to Gift of Life.
Thank you, Mary, and happy birthday to my wife. It was very moving to see that little boy, Don, up here, the 4 or 5-year-old boy. And it was very moving to see his donor, and very gratifying that he got his cheek swabbed while he was on Birthright, a program that my wife and I care very seriously and very deeply about. We have fortunately been honored by a number of organizations, and without being honored, we participate in philanthropy to numerous organizations. They all have something good to do to move along Judaism, to keep the continuity of Jewish life through Birthright, and countless other objectives. But nothing could be as profound and as meaningful as Gift of Life. I didn't really understand how meaningful it is until I saw, like this boy Don in Jerusalem, to a mega event of Birthright. We saw a donor meet with the recipient. And of course, it brought tears to my eyes, as did Idan this evening. And when I look at all of the philanthropic gifts that we make, I can't see anything more important than the gift of life. Not that other things aren't important. I recently became more acutely aware of how important it is, since somebody in my family needed a donation, a bone marrow donation. And Jay Feinberg had explained to me that They don't go into your hip bone and your back and take out the bone marrow. All you have to do is just lie there. There was a picture of tonight's donor. You just lie there like you're giving blood to a blood bank, and the cells come out of your blood. So you lie there for 3 or 4 hours. They take your blood, and with that, you can save a life. I want to repeat again, my wife, I thought it was in the Bible, she told me it was in the Talmud, that he who saves a life, it's as though you saved the entire world. So it's an organization that, again, I didn't realize how important it is until we had an experience in my own family. And Jay Feinberg brought not only a donor for my family member, but he brought the family hope and empathy, sympathy, and they ended up learning all about it and what it means to get a donation. So I would be happy to give a donation myself. I'd give a cheek swab. I'm not sure to be good to anybody. I'm too old for that. And I don't think there'll be a recipient my age that will need, but I think there's a limit on it of 61, and I'm slightly beyond that, slightly. So although I haven't gotten a job of raising money and asking people for money, again, I would say that my wife and I, there's hardly an organization in the Jewish world that hasn't talked to us about supporting them. But I can't think of anything more important and more meaningful to support than the gift of life. Jay Feinberg, I want to tell you, you're not only saving a life, you're saving lives, you're saving a generation. And I want to thank you for the organization you set up and how you carry it forward. And Mary and I wish you the best, Jay, and that to grow to 300,000 donors or swabs that you can match is a lifetime of work. And I would ask all of you sitting in this room to help Jay accomplish that. And I'd like to see the 50,000 kids that are sent each year for the last couple of years, and we hope more in the future on Birthright, that all of them will have their cheek swab and there'll be a larger donor base. So let me thank you in advance for your help. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Miriam and Sheldon. Thank you for your willingness to be here, for standing up for Gift of Life, and standing up for those bone marrow donors and recipients. My name is Bill Beagle, and I am privileged to serve this organization as its chairman. 24 years ago this evening, right about now, I was on a plane to Minsk, Belarus, for my then friend and still friend, Jay Feinberg. I went there to test 500 people in an effort to save his life. It wasn't as easy as a cheek swab back then. It was actually a blood draw. This evening is all about miracles and making them happen. When Jay was searching, there was a less than 5% chance that he would find his miracle match. Today, if Jay was searching, it's over 75% chance. Jay, thank you for making the world a better place. Yes, I'm looking at you. And for changing the course of history and transplant recipients of blood cancer all over the world. So as much as it's about saving lives, it takes money to make this happen. I'm very proud to report that 100% of my fellow board members are aligned with this and are committed not just with their time, but their money. Cumulative, we are at $4 million to help making the world a better place. Some prefer to be anonymous, and others are willing to share and announce their pledges. There are cards on your tables, just like this. There are also pens that if you tip it 3 times, it lights up. So you can't use the excuse that the room is dark and I can't see the card. If you are inspired by what you've seen, if you're inspired by University of Michigan alumni and AE Pi brother, Alex, if you use the tissues on the table, by show of hands, how many of you did? Come on, be honest. Sheldon raised his hand. Dr. Miriam raised her hand. Please fill out a card and support our mission. A donor for every person that needs one. As Dr. Miriam mentioned, so far, over 3,300 transplants have been facilitated by Jay Feinberg, who chose not to go back to law school where his seat was being held, but to make this his life's mission. I'm almost done, but remember that I stand between you and dinner, so the sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can eat. We ask that each of you join us in changing the course of blood cancer. You can help tonight by giving a contribution. If you would like us to announce your gift, please stand up, and we're happy to bring a microphone to you, or I'm also happy to make the announcement for you. To kick this off, I'd like to say that my wife, Kira, and I have pledged $100,000. Ten times better than that is Warren and Mitzi Eisenberg, who have agreed to pledge $1 million. Tonight is not only about second chances, it's about second birthdays too. Gift of Life is on a mission to make even more birthday wishes come true for people that are battling cancer. What really resonated when Don got to meet Alex was that he was diagnosed when he was 8 months old. My son, Isaac David at home, is just 8 months old. There's nothing that pierces the heart more of thinking of my son potentially suffering or that little boy suffering. You witnessed a miracle this evening in front of you. Our new headquarters that Jay announced earlier will provide resources to grow our registry, coordinate more transplants, and for the first time, provide an integrated facility for both local and long-distance donors to have their stem cells collected under the auspices of Gift of Life. So if you would pass your cards to someone who is circulating. It might be Jody or Barbie. There might be a microphone circulating also, Robin in an orange dress. And yes, you can keep the pens that light up.
Okay, Billy.
To my left.
Am I on? No. Okay. Hi, my name is Evie Goldfein, and 13 years ago, I received a transplant through the hard work of Jay Feinberg and Gift of Life. So this is my bat mitzvah year. Since that time, I've been paying it forward, working with Gift of Life to increase representation in the registry, because we have to keep replenishing that registry. As Billy said, in the mid-90s, you had less than a 5% chance of getting a match if you were Jewish. And today, because of the targeted recruitment of Gift of Life, we can save greater than 75% of Jews that need a transplant. All transplants are along racial and ethnic lines. And so today, I am also working on an effort to increase representation for other minorities, okay, for ethnic and racial minorities that are not in the registry, okay? Their numbers are really like our numbers were in the 1990s. And so in that vein, I'm going to be donating $100,000 as well.
Thank you, Evie. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hi. No. Yep. My name's Rory. I am 14, and 4 years ago, coming up to 4 years ago, I had a transplant. Unfortunately, I don't have $100,000 to spare, but I will be donating $18.
Announcements, big or small, matter. Thank you very much, Rory. Glad to see you here tonight.
So, you guys all saw me earlier, but I just got my first paycheck a couple months ago. However, I would like to give Idon this University of Michigan shirt right here. Go Blue, everyone. And this little teddy bear. And to add to that, I would like to give him $1,800.
Thank you very much. He gave his stem cells and he gave a pledge. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to go towards that lady in the back. Oh, actually, hold on, I have somebody.
Hello, my name's Jonathan. I am a donor. I donated bone marrow to a beautiful, now healthy mother of 4 named Leah. I actually met her at the Gala 4 years ago. Gift of Life made the entire donation process so easy. I really just showed up. You know, one of the most important things that I would like to just get across is how easy it is to save a life. And I'd like to donate tonight. I'd like to pledge $100,000. And thank you. And I hope over the next, couple months and years, you guys see obviously a lot more lives saved, but also the stigma around donating bone marrow. It's not as complicated, it's not as hard as you think, so I just wanted to get that word out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. I believe we have 2 or 3 more announcements.
Yeah, this is Nezi from Histogenetics. And this is in solidarity with Jay's incredible contribution, not only to Jewish community, but to the whole world, and exemplified how you never give up. Jay never gave up in finding his donor. As a lab, we never gave up in finding better ways to match a patient to donor so we could improve the survival chance. So I'm pledging 12,000 extra to what we had dinner.
Hello. You all heard my name, Nili Thalik, before. Mary, you said L'chaim, and Sheldon, you spoke about, we all spoke about saving lives. In honor of your birthday, in honor of you and Sheldon, Idan and Alex, and all the donors and the recipients, Baruch Hashem, thank God. It's incredible how many lives are being saved. On behalf of my family and I, the Thalik family, $50,000.
Thank you very, very much.
What a birthday. Thank you very much. Fantastic. That's the way to celebrate my birthday. I'm very happy, and thank you all for your best wishes. We would like, it's very strange that in our birthday, instead of me getting more gifts, I'm giving. And I really intend to give, Sheldon and me intend to give. We want to match the 4 million that you collected, and we will give another 4 million.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Miriam, and thank you, Sheldon. The words thank you don't really properly express how transformative your support will be for Gift of Life and the patients that we serve every day. If you have not turned in a card, feel free to do so to any Gift of Life representative. And now I'd like to turn it back over to Steve.
Before we go to dinner, just one more person to introduce. Thank you, Bill. Did an amazing job. Thank you to Adelson's. I know God has already blessed you 1,000 times over for everything you do, but I'll say God bless you again, and thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce my wife and hero, Wendy Siegel. I will be in serious trouble for what I'm about to say, but 2 months into Wendy's treatment at Mount Sinai Hospital for her leukemia, she said to me, we have to do something to give back. They're giving me a lot of blood and platelets. Please have a blood drive. So I went out and arranged a blood drive. I won't get into how it wasn't quick enough for her, but I got it done. And at the same time, they set up a table for swabs, and they gathered 585 swabs. And through the efforts, or continued efforts of our friends, family, too many to mention over and over and over again, in the Wendy Siegel Donor Fund in her honor, there's 74,000 swabs, 540 matches, and 64 transplants to date. So Hence, my hero, Wendy Siegel.
Hi, everybody. So I really am the person that stands between you and dinner. So I just want to say a few very quick things. First of all, I never cease to be amazed at humankind, even now. I think I'm all collected, and a night like this always just is so overwhelming. I want to thank every single person for being in this room tonight. It really is our gift. It's a gift we're all giving to the world. We never know what a day brings. We never know what a phone call tells you. Life changes on a dime, and there's something very spectacular about knowing that we've got friends, family, and great people in the world who want to make a difference, sometimes in the smallest way, biggest way, and in the end, collectively, just making the world a better, safer, more secure place. I know I feel that way, so I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Just a few very, very quick things. Nilly, I'm so proud to co-chair this night with you. This night really is extraordinary, and you bring so much to it. I thank you so much for being my partner in this. To the Adelsons, there are really no words. I think you really probably go to bed every night thinking, what shall we do tomorrow to make the world a better place? So for that, I say to Miriam and Sheldon, thank you. Happy birthday again, Miriam. It's very hard to believe that 2 years ago, I stood on the Gift of Life stage meeting my donor. It was one of the most life-changing moments, not just of my life, but many people who've been on the journey with me. And I have to give one little shout out that my donor's wife, Sarah Weiss, surprised me. She showed up here tonight. So Sarah, I don't know where you are out there, but thank you. We really have become true sisters. There's something about the people you meet on this highway you get exponentially closer to at warp speed than you do just regular people on the planet. So, and I would really be cheating myself if I didn't tell you two of the most amazing doctors, Dr. Robert Seufer and Dr. Luis Isola. My doctors are here tonight, and I thank them for continuing to come to this dinner, and I thank them most of all for what they wake up and do every day of life. So, my assignment up here this evening is to get you to dinner. But in order to do that, I just want to let you know that we have a little treat while everybody's dining. A young friend of mine who surprisingly popped up, Rory Kemp. Rory, I want you to come up, please. And thank you for your donation. Every dollar makes a difference. Rory's a very, very special friend of mine. There you are. Hi, sweetie. This is Rory, everybody. You can now meet him in person. I want to tell you a little quick story about Rory and why he's up here with me tonight. Besides that, you're just wonderful and amazing and so smart. Oh my God, is he smart. All the families and friends who come together when your life changes. And I want to tell you all one thing, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Nobody wants these diagnoses. They're rough. It's been a challenging journey, but I can look at every one of you and tell you the journey that I've been on has given more gifts to my life, more meaning and more opportunities to really do something meaningful. And for that, I will always be grateful. So I just want to tell you all that. One of my wonderful sisters, Vicki, is here in the audience tonight. And all my family decided every city they lived in, they would do a drive. My sister Vicki and one of my very wonderful friends did a drive in Philadelphia. And it was interesting. It was at the Philadelphia Country Club, not a real drive-by kind of a place. And we always say no matter how many swabs you get in a day, any one that makes a difference is a reason enough to do a drive. My sister Vicki's drive was set up, and a young man who happened to work there, he didn't even come to the drive, he didn't know anything about it, noticed there were some good old-fashioned Philadelphia soft pretzels on the table, went over to inquire about it, and he said, "What is this for?" And they said, "Well, we're Gift of Life." They explained it. They ended up getting a swab from him. He ended up getting a soft pretzel, and it turns out that Matt, where are you? Chris? Chris, come on up. This is Chris Mattson, everybody. Chris turned out, he worked at the club. Chris turned out to be Rory's donor. And Rory Rory lives in Edinburgh, Scotland. So from the Philadelphia Country Club to Edinburgh, Scotland, these two became a match. Now, they've met before, so I don't mean to be so casual. They met at World Donor Day. But the reason we brought them back is because Rory is a wonderful concert pianist, and he's gracing us all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland, to play for your dining pleasure. So everybody say hi to my friend Rory. And to Chris. Can you go over and play? Yeah, you want to go over and play? Do you want to say anything? You want to say something? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Just before I play and tell you what I'm playing, I just want to say a huge thank you to Wendy and her sister for finding Chris, and to Chris for donating, and he donated the hard way with bone marrow extraction from the hip, and to everyone who's donated today, including that incredible $4 million donation, which is just ridiculous. So, yeah, thank you.
In Rory's country, ridiculous means over the top amazing, right?
Yeah.
So I urge everybody to love pretzels, first of all. Chris, we thank you so much. And Rory is going to dazzle you while you're dining. Please enjoy the music. And there's a little bit of a program left after. Please stay for it, because there's going to be another donor meeting. We promise to make it swift. And thank you all for being here tonight. So much love.
All right, you're almost done seeing me, so that should be a round of applause. Shh. Not you, Michael. Shh. First of all, it's been a long time, but Rory, you were amazing. I don't know that everyone noticed how beautifully you play, but you are now a gift to everyone else with your talent. I have an update on the amount that has been pledged tonight. I am thrilled to announce that so far we have raised, thank you, the envelope please. Karnak says $7,289,000. Gift of Life is supported by corporations and foundations, shh, we're almost done, that provide much needed funding and resources. This year, Gift of Life's Corporate Partner Award is being given to Brookfield Properties. I got stuff to read here, but I can tell you that Brookfield has been an amazing partner for Gift of Life. Drives, donations, attendance at these dinners. The gentleman who's going to accept on behalf of Brookfield has been someone I've called, and before I could ask the question or finish it, he says yes. So I'm going to now, I guess what it says is, I guess I have to talk about them, Jerry. The most amazing company to do business with. Honorable, beyond, the reach is beyond your imagination, it's far beyond real estate. And Jerry Larkin has been the face of their organization here in New York City from a real estate perspective, leasing and so on. And he's one of the leaders in our industry. When the East Coast was being hit by major storms, roll it up, including 70-mile-an-hour winds and unrelenting rains, we were about to cancel this important event, and that was the 5K race. I called Jerry, and he allowed us to move it indoors at Brookfield Place. It was a huge success as a result of it. I think I gave Jerry a day's notice, was it, or 2 at most? It's just a small example of what they do, and it's not just Gift of Life. Their community involvement extends all over the city of New York, all over the country, all over the world, and I'm honored to be able to present the award to Brookfield Properties and to Jerry Larkin, who's here to receive it tonight. Oh, picture. There you go, baby.
I will be brief, and I was also told stay on script. So thank you, Steve. What a night. I mean, this is such an incredible night. And I would like to congratulate Dr. Miriam and Sheldon. God bless you guys. I mean, you guys are unbelievable. I've always admired you, not just for the, the charities, but, your way of thinking. So on behalf of Brookfield, thank you to the Gift of Life for this tremendous honor. We are proud and incredibly humbled to receive it. Our support for the Gift of Life began with Wendy and Steve Siegel. Obviously, they're our friends, and when they asked us to get involved, we were only too happy to say yes. But that's not why Brookfield has continued to support for Gift of Life. We've continued for 2 reasons. One, Wendy and Steve, not merely for their involvement, but for their passion and their selfless dedication to this wonderful, wonderful cause. Their desire to give back is rare and remarkable. The second reason is simply how impactful the organization is. Gift of Life connects so many people, makes such a difference, and saves so many lives, it's impossible not to take note. On a personal basis, my day is made when I receive, in honor of Wendy Siegel, new match email, because I truly know nothing is better than knowing that a life can be saved and that Gift of Life will continue to find more and more matches every single day of the year. So Wendy and Steve, thank you very much for introducing Brookfield to this important cause. Jay and the entire Gift of Life team, God bless you and thank you for this honor and for the inspiring work you do. And lastly, thank you to everyone for being here and your support of the Gift of Life. Brookfield is proud to be among you. Have a good night, everyone.
Okay, one more treat for you all, I believe. Now we have one donor recipient pair left who are about to meet for the first time. Introducing them will be Thomas Stern, a principal and managing director of Chieftain Capital, and the chairman of the board of Birthright Israel Foundation. It's a tremendous honor to, oh, wow, that's his, not me. Never mind. Thomas, where are you? Oh, my God.
Good evening, and an extraordinary evening it is. It's a tremendous honor to represent the Birthright Israel Foundation as its chairman. It's also an extraordinary honor and privilege to celebrate my dear friends, Dr. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson. Selfless, caring, passionate, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Seth Benzel to the stage. Seth, now that we know a little about you, let's learn about the person whose life you saved. Your recipient is a psychologist who lives in Sudbury, Massachusetts. That's only about 20 miles away from where you live. It also happens to be the town my wife was born and raised in. Your recipient lived a normal, healthy life until in April of 2007, he started experiencing extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, and bruising. Shortly thereafter, he was diagnosed with acute leukemia. A stem cell transplant was his only hope for a cure. And lucky for him, you were already registered and agreed to a transplant. Today, your recipient is grateful to be alive and happy to spend more time with his wife, Fran, their 2 sons, and their 5 grandchildren. Seth, it's my honor to introduce you to the man whose life you saved. Please meet Dr. John Perlman.
Wow. It's an honor to be here this evening. There are not enough words to adequately thank the Gift of Life for finding Seth, my donor. How does one thank and express the sincere gratitude to Seth for such a generous gift of saving my life? I have been given a second chance at life. I will now be able to watch my 5 very precious grandchildren grow up. There are a lot of milestones to come in their young lives, and it means so much that I will be there for them. I was diagnosed with leukemia in April of 2017, just a few hours before the first night of Passover. I refer to it as the 11th plague. I was very fortunate to have medical care at great hospitals with very caring and competent nurses and physicians at Brigham and Women's Hospital and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston. My wonderful wife, Fran, we've been married 42 years, was by my side every step of the way. I'm also so grateful for her love and support. I want to acknowledge the rest of my amazing family, my 2 sons, my 2 daughters-in-laws, my brother, and my sister-in-law. Thanks for always being there for me. There is no greater gift one can receive than the gift of life. Thank you to everyone here who has helped make my gift possible. Thank you.
It's crazy to think that you were only 20 minutes away from me this whole time. Wow, what a powerful thing to meet you in person. Tonight, I'm joined by my grandmother, Ruth Benzel, who's 93 and still going strong. And as the video mentioned, she and my grandfather were Holocaust survivors, and I'm wearing my grandfather's watch now. And at my bar mitzvah, my grandfather said that it represented to him, me, my brothers, my cousins, who are also great to join me tonight, represented like a regrowth of our family tree that had been cut down by the Nazis. And I think that's a sentiment that echoes the theme that we've been talking about tonight, which is the idea that if you save a life, you save the world. My grandmother and my grandfather taught me values of health, life, education, and intelligence. And today I'm proud to have done my part to live up to those values.
I lied to you, I'm here again. Thank you, Tom, and congratulations, Seth and John. The work that Gift of Life is doing is not only giving people a second chance at life, it's giving them second birthdays. Please watch the video.
I'm 147 days old, and I've got 2 kids in their 20s.
I'm 6 years old, but I've been a speech pathologist for 30 years.
Well, I just turned 5 years old and I'm married with children.
I'm nearly 2 years old, but I'm capable of taking board examination.
I'm 3 years old, and I acted.
Every transplant recipient has 2 birthdays, the day they're born and the day of their transplant. It's a second chance at life.
I'm 19 years old, and I have a 23-year-old son.
I'm 16 months old, and I've been retired for 7 years.
My cells are 5 years old, and I've been to Kennedy Space Center and saw a rocket launch.
I like the idea that I could possibly have some 5-year-old spirit still in my body.
I'm 3 years old, but I've already been on 6 out of 7 continents.
Gift of Life was founded on my transplant birthday. What's your birthday wish?
Everyone who needs a match will get a match so that they can get on the journey of hope and end up right here.
My birthday wish is to be with my wife at both of my kids' weddings.
My birthday wish is to spend time with my grandchildren and watch them grow up.
My birthday wish is blacks.
If I had one birthday wish this year, it would be that this video leads to more people finding their matches.
Gift of Life means more birthdays. Now that's a reason to celebrate.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ba-boom.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Wow. This truly has been one, this is not working. This has been one huge night. It's phenomenal. All birthdays up here, including my wife, Wendy. Let's see, did I roll it? Okay, there you go. Thank you to our Gala chairs, Neely Falick. And I learned how to say Falick because my mother's middle name was Faye, so Neely helped me pronounce that. Thank you to Wendy Siegel as the vice chair, Sarah and Leonard Aronson, and Arye and Elena Borkoff, plus our honorary chairs, Shari Redstone, who you saw, Barry Rage. Nobody gave me this before, thank you. Thank you all, seriously, and thank you all who are here. The work that Gift of Life is doing is so important. Just ask Edon and his parents, ask John and his wife, his children, and his grandchildren, ask me. Together, we are saving lives, families, and generations. It's only possible with your support. Please join us as we enjoy our dessert, and God bless you all.
And we have a very special birthday to celebrate tonight. So, Dr. Miri, we're going to wish you a happy birthday, if you will. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miri. Happy birthday to you.
On behalf of all the recipients here, the recipients all over the world, every life you've changed, every life you've saved, and to everybody here who's made a difference, happy, healthy birthday to everybody and many more.
I hope your experience here tonight was as spectacular as it is for me every year, and you'll join us next year. We'll be after you. Trust me.
יום הולדת שמח, מירלה. Happy birthday, מירלה.
יום הולדת שמח ואהבתי לך.
Rona and I would like to wish you a happy and healthy birthday.
Happy birthday, Miri.
May we all live to 110 plus, continuing to help people. Happy birthday.
Miri, happy birthday.
From Gala and I, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mirale.
אוהבים אותך, מירי.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Miri.
Happy birthday, Miri.
Happy birthday, Aunt Mary.
Thank you for everything that you do, especially this year.
And we love you. Thank you very much for everything that you do.
Especially for the gift of life this year. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Miri. We love you.
Be happy. Happy birthday, Miri.
You got involved with Gift of Life to save many other lives. It seems that's what you do all your life. You want to save lives. Well, you're doing a great job at it. I love you very much, my love, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ima. I love you. Mazal tov, Ima.